Okay, so you do not need like, okay, this is my board. I'm going to give you guys an example of what mine looks like, but I'm turning mine around since I'm starting fresh. So you don't need a board like this. You can start with just a journal, a notebook, or like a blank, like the copy paper, that you use for printers. Like you don't need a board like this to do it tonight. I'm just going to, we're going to do some activities, yes, but I want to also like allow you to take notes if you need them in your notebook. Like you necessarily do not have to have a board like this. Some people think vision board and it's like different cutouts from magazines or big audacious dreams. Yes, those are awesome, but I want us to think about the first 3 months of 2020 between January and March. And then I want us to think long term by the end of the year. So I'm going to first, I want you guys, I know this may be a little soon, but I want you to think of a word for the year of 2022. You don't have to say it in the chat or have it now, but I want you to think on it from now to the end of the year before New Year's for your word. Something that you really want to be consistent on, that you need to work on, that you're open about, because guys, we never have it figured out. And when you have a word, that's just something you're going to live out, something you're going to live by. For me, it was simplicity. So as an example, simplicity is something that I wanted to implement all year because I would overthink everything. I would tear it apart and overanalyze things and get in my head about it eventually. So I wanted to simplify my whole year and make things simple, back to the basics, right? So think of your number one, think of your word for 2022 and write it on your vision board. Write it down, put it on a post-it note, write it in visual sight. And then at the top of your vision board, or at the top, I'm going to put a statement up here at the top that I'm going to live by. So for you guys can kind of cover it up now, but this says I am successful. This is just the I am affirmation statement. I'm going to turn mine around and I'm going to have a statement at the top. So what is your affirmation? What is your affirmation statement that you're going, like for me, I'll give you an example. I want to put, I am made for this moment at the top of my vision board. I am made for this moment, for this second, for this day right here. Okay. So that's going to be my motto. So what is going to be your motto, your affirmation? And I want you to write it, not, I'm going to write mine big, but you want to have that pretty visual. Write it down in affirmation. I am blank. I am bold. I am successful. I am a 200K leader. I am something. I want you to have that at the top. And so I know I said 3 months, but I have on my notes by June or July of next year. I want you guys to put down, so this could be a 3-month goal or a 6-month goal. The number one thing that you want to see happen in your business, the number one thing. And then down from that, there are some things that I want you to do, but I'm going back over these notes for a minute. Okay, so I'm gonna write my motto real quick. You guys, we're doing this together. So your pen, your paper, your board, write out your I am statement. And I'm gonna put, for me, I am made for this moment. I am made for this moment. That means for me, like, no matter if there is, if people are walking away in my business, or I'm not maintaining and I'm just failing my way forward hard, I am made for that. I am made for the hard. I am made for the failures. I am made for every negative thing in my life because of the vision that I have, right? We have to be faithful, guys, to our vision, faithful to the vision. That means instead of looking at your business today, it's long-term. The character you become, right? Who you're going to be. So we'll go into that in just a second, but think about if you never gave up and you stayed consistent for the first 3 to 6 months of next year, where your business would be and where you want it to be. So I'm putting my statement on my board. I am made for this moment. Oh, hold on, Link. That's an affirmation, basically, that I'm choosing. So have an affirmation. Number 2. So what do you want your credit score to be by December 2022? And then you're going to put 2 things. That's like 2 bullet points, 2 things, 2 action steps. What are 2 things you're going to do to make sure you have that credit score? For me, Lincoln, you can't draw right now. If you all ever want me to give you examples, I can. I'm just trying to like give you all some tangible things that I put to kind of get those wheels turning. So for me, I put, he has been awful, y'all. Hold on just a second. You can draw right here on my paper. You can't draw on my board, but you can draw on my paper. Well, okay. We don't get our way all the time. Okay. Love you. I love you so much. Do you want to draw on my paper? This is mommy's board. I'm sorry. We're just gonna ignore it. But oh no, can y'all not hear me? I'm sure y'all right can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Oh God, he's been off with me. Thanks, Courtney, for your affection and understanding. Okay, great. So we were at credit score. For me, I put 720. A credit score of 720. I think that's a great number. Still not there yet, but it's on my board. Okay. And I have 2 things I'm going to do to make sure that happens, right? Download the Credit Karma app. Number 1, simple, easy, a one and done thing. That's a simple thing. Number 2 would be like calling your collections agency, or we'll just have to ignore them, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay. On paper. Great. Number 2 could be like calling a collections agency, getting on the phone and negotiating with the student loan people, getting into if you have student loan, just 2 simple steps that you can do. And then when you do those things, guys, and you mark those off your dream board, your dreams do not seem as big. These are simple things that you can put down that you can do. And you can get done and feel accomplished, right? And get them done. So those are 2 things to help your credit score. Making sure you keep record of everything on your app and follow up with collections agencies, or refinance your car, or, if you're more into credit scores and growing your credit, if you know more about that, definitely put something down that would help you. Number 2 would be your family goal. So your credit score and then your family goal. 2 things that you're going to do to make it happen. So if your family goal would be to move your family into a house, move out of renting a home, and you're going to own a home. And you and your family are going to be a homeowner, right? You're going to have a house with a backyard. Or another family goal could be go on vacation. You want to go to Disney World. You want to take them and or take your team, or gift your team or someone on your team Disney World, something like that, something family oriented. And so whatever you feel like would be a good goal for your family, think about that. And then 2 things that you're going to do to make that happen. So if it's Disney World, you're going to save. You're going to have a bank account. You're going to save the money to get there. $25, you're going to put that back every paycheck. And then in 6 months, you're going to be able to take them. It really just puts a picture on where you're going in your business and things that you can, tangible, simple things that you can do. Your income goal. So yes, paying your mortgage with your paycheck. That's so like that goes on that board right there. You're going to pay mortgage with your commissions check. Like that is incredible. That goes on the board. So income goal is, same thing, just 2 things that you're going to do to get that. So your income goal, let's say it's $1,000 a month. What are 2 things you're going to do? Like, this is how I do it, guys. Now, I hope this is putting it into perspective for you all. And we're going to go back and do it as soon as I get my board back up here, and we can all talk about it and unmute ourselves. But if you want to make $1,000 a month in this business, what are the 2 things you're going to do consistently, no matter what? Sampling, first and foremost. Number 2, VIP 800, right? Those are 2 simple things that we can always be running and working towards. Health goals. Awesome. I'm so glad. Health goals are simple too. I'm actually struggling and trying to get better with my health. Where do you want your health to be by June of next year, right? Do you want to make sure you got your water down? Let's say a gallon a day. Like, that's a huge goal. Or you want to, let's say, go to the gym. You want to exercise, or you just want to go walk around the block once a week. That's something as simple as that. That'll get you healthier, right? Even if it's mindset. Mindset goes under health, guys. So what are those mindset goals that you have in 6 months? How are you going to handle situations? Let's say you become a 12K leader, and you have your messenger is blowing up, and you have people asking for your help, and people walking away, and people calling you and then needing 3-way calls, and things are going crazy. How are you going to handle that? And where's your mindset going to be? Just as a example, like, your team's growing, you are becoming a great leader. How are you going to handle those waves of people needing you, right? Think about that in your mindset, right? Are you just going to like throw your phone and be like, no, I can't do this? Are you going to take it one conversation at a time? Maybe take a 15 minutes in between, get on the phone with some people who need to hear you versus a text, right? Get on a Zoom. And then, so credit score, family goal, income goal, and your health goal. Those are 4 top goals that I am putting on my vision board and encourage you to do. And also the next version of you. So every single day for the guys in 2022, I want you to do some form of self-development. And in this month, of course, some form. You have to grow into that next version, and you have to be committed to growing into that next version, because we have such a weak mind. I like a weak mindset, and I'm not saying like we're weak women and we can't handle things, but when I came into this business, guys, for the first year, I didn't know how to do customer service. I didn't know how to be professional and talk about things. I had to educate myself and grow my mindset and listen to other entrepreneurs and sermons. Mike Todd, he is my go-to. Hasn't always listened to Mike Todd, right? Last season, it may have been Joyce Meyer, right? You grow in the seasons of your self-development, and the mindset shift that you're going to have in 2022. Does she get easily angered? Does she get stressed out all of the time? How does she handle stress? Does she implement grace and love all of the time, 24/7? I know for me, I didn't. Okay, well, we're getting that all over the table. I didn't always implement grace and love, but since I didn't do that, I learned. So you may not be able to have that grace and that love for every single person right now. But when you don't, you're going to learn, and you're going to fail forward, and you're going to see what that results in and learn from it, right? Those mistakes. So be open to mistakes. Is the woman you're becoming that next version? When she fails, is she going to give up? When she fails, is she going to be, is she not going to show up for her business? And we all have different definitions of failure. So what's that definition? Write that on your vision board. And in 6 months, it's going to be totally different. You're going to have a whole new mindset if you're growing, if you're doing that development and building that bulletproof mindset. So you need that solid foundation around your mind, guys, around your heart, around your mindset, because we can't lead with our emotions. We cannot show up for our business with our emotions. Quitting. Yes, Courtney. Yeah, like that is a non-negotiable. Like Quitting's off the table. Like when we go all in our business and quitting's not even in the lane, like we're going, we're a whole new person. We're a whole new version. No plan B, guys. No plan B. Go all into your business and watch your business explode. When you believe and you say, okay, I am all in. This is my full-time income. I am making this my BITCH. Like you're going to be so powerful in your social media. And I also want you guys to write a note to yourself that I want you to write and just write tonight or this month. And if we have time to write it tonight, we can do it together to yourself and open it in December of next year. Yes, it's changing your life. Courtney, share about that. Like, when did you get to that point?
I think I kind of always knew like this is kind of the path that I wanted to go down. Like just the community drew me in right away. But I think like once I finally got a team kind of underneath me, and once I got a team underneath me and like instilled their belief in themselves, I just knew like this is it and I'm not going to give up. And I know I have my hard days, but I know I see everybody else around us change their lives, and I'm like, it's fine. Whenever it happens, but I know it's happening. And I'm helping all my girls get there too.
Oh, that's so amazing. That's just so, because it's about others. When you get to a certain level in your growth journey, you realize these women depend on you. These women trust you. And that is something we don't take lightly as women. Like that's a serious thing. And when you want your team to go 200K, you want your leaders to go 200K. At the top, it's lonely, right? Like you want your girls to go with you all the way to the top, not just you. Courtney Glacier, y'all know I'm obsessed. She says it best. When she was at convention last year, she saw two of her leaders walk across the stage as a Lavelle millionaire and as the #1 GOAT of the fastest growing team. And she said it could have affected her, right? She could have gotten in her head about it and said, well, why am I not up there? But when your team is up there on the stage and they're winning and they're hitting like, what is it? Like breaking statistics in the industry, that's what it's about. Seeing those people that have trusted you to lead them win and succeed. And hey, if their lives are changing, my lives are changing. I think that's so important. So important when you serve, when you wake up and I've got women who are watching me, women who I need to wake up for and be an example for, right? What are those example features? Think about that too on your vision board. Lincoln's got my mark Sharpie, but I'm about to write some of these things down with you guys. I don't know, it was just on here. I know she was, I think she was wanting to share something. But does anybody else want to talk about their vision, about their team, their future team, what you want to see in 2022?
Take your mistakes. I'm on here. Everyone has mistakes and everyone.
Hey. Okay. So. Hey. Yeah. Okay. So do you, I don't know, do you want to share about, what you are working towards this month or this next year, your 6-month goal next year? Anybody?
Yeah.
So
I have a couple of different things with me just starting this and like with being in sobriety and stuff like. So I have a bit of like between what you've said and like what I've been thinking, like that's kind of what it's turned into a little bit. So it's going to look a whole lot different once to reach my 1-year goal of sobriety. I want to, and I know this is kind of like when I talk to Liv about this, like, I am not 100% sure about like how confident I am in making this my #1 stream of income, just for the simple fact of me being new to sobriety and living with my parents. And, I'm back, starting completely fresh. Like I have no bank account. I have no nothing. So I'm wanting to kind of I guess by like June or July, I kind of want to be at least by my 4K rank. I know it's kind of like, I know a lot of people hit that before, you know what I mean? But I don't want with, what am I trying to say? Like with myself, like I know that if I overload myself, I will never, ever get there. You know what I mean? Like if I continue stacking stuff and stacking stuff and stacking stuff, I will never reach that goal. So as long as I'm being consistent and being persistent, you know, it'll come, you know what I mean? And like being able to have the one-on-ones like with Liv, like I literally like look forward to them. Like I get so nervous every time I get on there to talk to her because like I watched Liv for like 2 years straight. You know what I mean? I'm like, at first, you know, I was that skeptic, you know what I mean? I'm like, that shit, no, it don't work. You know what I mean? And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to make her my #1 follower on my page. You know what I mean? Because I saw it changing her life, you know, like I've walked in a little bit of her shoes and, you know, I'm like, if she can do it, I feel like I can do it, you know? And like, I've had a lot of people like in, in recovery that have helped me, you know, get out samples and things like that. But like me and Liv talked about, you know, it's super important to realize like we're past that part. Like, yeah, that is our people, but we need to branch out, you know? So I took her advice on that. And I mean, my first day I sold literally 5-6 day samples. And I was like, and that's literally just cleaning up my friends list, you know what I mean? And putting new people on there and learning how to do the real network marketing and, you know, getting in touch with my inner faith and, you know, being able to have the support system that I have, like everything is falling into place. But I just want to make sure like this vision board is super important to me. Like I showed you guys, like I went out and I bought a vision board and a marker and, you know, these little cute little quotes and printed off a picture. And you know what I mean? Like I'm wanting to take this serious because this is my life. And now I have a little boy, you know, and it's different. So I just want whatever I can. I just want to absorb everything and put it into this board. And like I told my mom, like I want to cut things out of a magazine. And as I go around, I want to rip them off that board. And by the end of 2022, I want an empty board. That's what I want.
Yeah. That's amazing. Cause yeah, like if you go into the business side of it, you've got your credit score, your family goals, your health goals, all those things. If you go into the business side of it, like you said, 4K by July, that's a great goal. Like, what is that rank and what's that deadline that you want to give yourself? And it doesn't have to be tomorrow. Like, have that time in between so that when you do hit it before that, you're like, wow, like I actually did it. And you're not overdoing it. And you've got it all laid out in front of you and you do what feels good that day and you don't overdo yourself. Because we can get so into that hustle mode and then forget the vision. It happens to me all the time. And I have to get realigned back into this opportunity, my why, you guys, my team, all those things has to go back into alignment. So what is that rank that you want to see? What's that income goal that you want to see? So I put 10K a month, guys. That's a big, big goal. And I'm bold with it. And I don't have a date on it, but think about what your monthly sales wants to be, right? Get numbers up there that feels good. That makes you really, really have a path of where you're going. And you outgrow versions of yourself, guys. Okay. You outgrow them. You do. And with being in recovery, I personally feel like I've outgrown that. I've outgrown it. And I've seen other women that come in and yes, it's a part of my life. It's a part of me, but that's not all we can share about. And this is what I'm going to go over Sunday, the branding Zoom. I cannot wait to do it with you guys, but there's so much more to us than what we've been through. There's so much more to us than just that surface level. We're going to dive a lot deeper into our topics, into really things that you can share about every day when you post, when you're marketing, that you don't feel frazzled all the time. You're going to know, hey, this is me being authentic because this is me and I feel good with it, right? I may not, okay. You're not going to write on my table. He's writing on my table. On the paper, son. There's Sharpie all over my kitchen table now. you're gonna outgrow new versions of you. And yes. So I said stop. Now put the lid on it, please. Put the lid on it. Thank you. And I don't know, like, I don't want you guys to get so overwhelmed and think that you're not getting anywhere when you've been in it a little bit, or that it should be going on a certain path because you've been here a little bit or you just came in. Guys, we don't know the path that we're on. We just know we're on it. Like, we don't know how it's going to happen. We just know it's already figured out. If you believe in the universe, in God, whatever your higher power is, it's there and it's already figured out. It's already in front of you. Our job is to do the things, do every day. And you know, what do you want to give next year? I also have that on here. Do you go to church? Do you want to tithe? Do you want to give back to your church? Do you want to give back to your team in some way? Do like a big designer bag giveaway? That's something that's been on my dream board for a long time. Taking you guys on a retreat. That's happening next year. That's happening July of next year. That's my 3-year anniversary. I'm taking you guys on a retreat. Don't know where, but it's happening. I've been talking about this all year and it's going to happen. That's amazing. Wow. 2,000 a month. Wow. That's inspiring, Court. Magic eraser. Mr. Clean to the rescue, girl. I need some of those. Oh yeah, see, that's right there. You don't know how long it'll take, but you're doing it. The time frame ain't our business. The time frame of what happens in between, that's not up to us. It's out of our control, right? So that version of you, how does she handle things? Does she have grace? Does she walk with confidence? Does she have pride, right? Pride is a negative thing, but it can also be fueled as a positive thing. You can be proud of your team. You can be proud of your business. You can stand tall and know you have something people want. You have something people are praying for right now. And I take pride in that. Yeah, absolutely. So think about those things. I know I'm probably all over the place. I've got my credit score down, guys. Have these numbers down on your thing. What about some affirmations or a Bible scripture? I'm still thinking on my Bible scripture for the year. I've got my affirmation, right? I am made for this moment, but I don't know about my scripture yet. So I'm going to give that a little bit more time because that's what you're going to carry out for the year of 2020. So you want it to mean something. You want it to hold depth and weight. And when you look at it, you want it to give you chills. You want it to mean something to you that when you see that, you know, I got to get up and go. I got to get up and fight for my dreams. When you look at this board, when you see things on here, it has to pull at those heartstrings. Do you want to back like that family goal? I have homeowner by December of next year with a backyard, right? A garage, right? I think about those things. Safe neighborhood. Taking your dog on a walk, right? In a safe neighborhood. Like those are small things, but it creates a visual, right? So think about those things and write it down. I also put boundaries, guys, on here for my family goals. If you do not have boundaries, get them immediately. And the best thing I know how to set boundaries is by Lincoln. You need to be quiet. What is that? Really? What's that noise? Okay. The best way I know how to set a boundary is to straight up verbalize it to the person and tell them. Tell the person, like, I have to set a boundary with you. I need to set a healthy boundary with you right now and tell you that if this isn't going to be a positive conversation, or if it doesn't have anything to do with faith or growth, or anything solution focused, I won't entertain it. I'm sorry, I've got to go. That's basically how I see it. And it's hard. It took a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage to say that to somebody you're close with. to say that to somebody that you love, somebody that you don't want to lose. But they respect you so much more when you say those things, or when you let them know I'm here living my life to better myself, my future, right? And they'll think twice before they come to you with complaining or negativity, I promise. Yes, Rick. Yes. And don't ever think that you're weak, because you won't do it, guys. Like I said, it took a year and a half to do that with my family, because I couldn't. I was giving myself to everyone. I was doing it for everyone. I wanted everyone happy, right? As moms, we want everyone to be happy. We're the glue. Everything's on us. We got to make sure kids are at the appointments. The husband's happy. If you have a husband, I don't, but you're the glue. So it feels very weighted down sometimes. And we have to set that boundary, like, here, I've had it up to here. Like, let's do something more solution focused, and let's become better here with this, right? Let's improve this. So my internet's unstable. It is the hardest thing. It absolutely
Cut out
is.
for a second, but you're good now.
Did it? Okay. Y'all, my face is getting a little better. Been awful. Now, relationships are, that's another goal you could do, relationship goals. If you have children, if you have brothers and sisters, if you have friends at your church or at work in your life that you need to set that boundary with, they will love you no matter what, if they're meant for you. If they're not meant to be in your life, then that's God doing for you what we can't do for ourselves. Like, period. Like, you don't want people in your circle or environment that aren't serving you. And I don't mean like giving you things, but I mean like empowering you, encouraging you, helping you come to a solution, talking, giggling, enjoying life, being positive. If you don't have those people around you, it snip, like you have to cut them off, right? Like, let them go. Let them go. Stress comes off when you set boundaries. Yeah, Brett. Oh yeah. Feels great. Feels great. Does anybody want to add anything? Was this even helpful, guys?
This was good. I also have on mine, like, how many books I want to read for the year.
Yes.
So that one I was just thinking I can take it off. I just looked at it and I was like, oh, I've read my goal when I started this business was 5 self-help books, and I have. So, but then I printed off like quotes. There's like different quotes, like this one's about self-love. She designed a life she loved, like just cute little quotes to put on there. And then I put like the auto club bonus.
Motakana.
Yeah, I didn't earn it, but it's on there.
It's beautiful, Court. Yeah, the self-love. Why did you choose that one?
I just like the quote. It says, keep notes of the times that you feel you're most confident and the people that make you smile and laugh. It was just like teaching you at this moment when I had done my dream board, like I was just learning what self-love was or self-development was. So I wanted to dive more into that. And I figured this one was just kind of went along with my goal of being better at self-development. So I think that was all I had.
That's awesome.
Oh, my dream boat, that's like $150,000, but it's fine.
Your dream boat?
Yeah, dream boat. I was like,
oh, I'm jealous. Yes,
Yeah.
a dream boat. That's amazing. Is it like a big houseboat? Like,
no, it's just like a big wakeboarding boat. My husband, he was wanting, so I was like, what do you want on the dream board? And he's like, a wakeboarding boat. I'm like, okay, we'll put a boat on there for you, honey. But that's a good idea too. I heard, like, put your kid, like, have your kids tell you like something that they would want on the dream board. Like, next by December, what do you want? What are some of your goals? Like, I had Disney World on there for my son, got to take Disney World off. So like, I feel like it was really important to kind of include the family a little bit of what they wanted to. So I see theirs on them. And then I have a different dream board for my team down here, but this one's like kind of a family one. So if you're struggling with trying to put things on there, ask your kids and see what they would want. If they're a little bit older and they can kind of tell you, a year from now, where do you want to be? What do you want to do? Things like that. And it was, I don't know, I put some of those up there too.
that's brilliant, having them separate, like family, financial, and then like business, like kind of thing. Like that's really, really cool. Did they, okay, so they wanted to go to Disney World. Was there anything else that they added on?
My
Like,
husband added the bow.
yeah, that's awesome, Courtney. That's just great because when they're young though, you kind of have to read their own mind.
Mhm.
I
My
could
two
just-
older ones could tell me. Yeah.
right. Yeah, but he, I would say like the aquarium or a Blippi concert or
Mhm.
something that, yeah, for him, we could just kind of do that. We make our own judgment for the littles and have that on there and take them to it, and they're gonna love it. They're gonna just
Mhm.
those moments and memories they don't forget. They forget the gifts. They forget, Christmas
Yeah, we did it
gifts
for
and
Christmas.
toys.
I know it was early, but we did it for Christmas, and it was cool
Yeah.
because I had it up there, and then Tayson got home from school, and I said, "Guess what I get to do today?" And it was with my bonus payout, and that's what we did. And so I was like, and I put it up there. I wanted to pay with it with my Lavelle paycheck, and I did. And he was like, "We can take it off the board now," and I was like, "Yeah, exactly." So it's kind of cool to incorporate them a little bit. So you at least have like 1 or 2 goals to help you like know what you're fighting for every single day. When you have those rough days that you're just like, I don't want to do this anymore. And you go look at your dream board and be like, man, I would really hate to say that I quit and told my kid that we can't go to Disney World because I gave up. I don't know. It was just a good reminder for me because it's right, like this is my bed right here. So it's right next to my side of the bed every single night I see it.
Where did you get that wood board at, Courtney? I
My
love the
mom got it at
pins.
Hobby Lobby. It was for our wedding. So she had made it for pictures for our wedding. And then we had just put it down in the basement. And then when Claudia and I were doing a dream board with Shaylin one time, and I was like, I have this beautiful wood thing. And so I made my husband hang it up, but then I added to it. It was just from our wedding. I think she said Hobby Lobby is where she got it.
I absolutely love that. And it's right there at the end of your bed, the foot of your bed. So you wake up and you see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's just incredible. I love that. It's so cute. It kind of gives me more ideas because you want to see it. You want to see it every day. So in the beginning, when I started these, I would just put it up, do the vision board and put it up, and not look at it. I don't have that excuse, right? I'm not at Nana's. So I'm in my own place and I can have it right here in the living room and put it on the wall. So have it somewhere you see every day. And if it's in the bathroom, right on the mirror, do something small there. Those little small affirmations, those little small reminders, put those on there. So, yeah. I think that was it, guys. Did this help at all in writing your letter? Do that, guys. Okay. That is something that is really helpful when you are thinking about vision.